Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. A few weeks ago I was contacted by a company, NearStream, a Chinese company that produces some streaming gear, in order to review one of their products, the VM33, and to produce some video contents about this product, which I have here and I'm gonna talk about in a minute. I want to disclaim that this camera was sent to me for free by NearStream, but they don't get to see what's uploaded, so they don't get to have any word in what I say and in what I will record about this camera. I already posted a couple of videos showing the unboxing of the camera, but today I want to go deep in the review and see with you what this camera is really capable of. The camera has a 10x optical zoom. It can be a 4x digital zoom. It is equipped with 1/2.8 CMOS sensor. It supports Full HD 1080p in streaming and 1440p in recording. The camera is equipped with 8 built-in array of microphone. It can capture sound from 360 degrees. It utilizes an AI noise suppression algorithm. The camera can support micro SD card with storage capacity ranging 32 gigabytes to 128 gigabytes. The card must be formatted in FAT32. It supports RTMP and RTSP protocols. It can stream to popular platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. It is also compatible with iOS, Android, Mac, and Windows devices. So we have a box camera, not extremely light, but not too heavy. And on top we'll see this array of microphones. Then we have on the front, obviously, the lens. There's an LED. At the bottom you see a 1/4-inch thread, because this camera can be mounted on tripods, on articulating arms and stuff like that. On the side you will see the NearStream logo. The camera is a nice color, and overall I think the design is good looking. In the back you have LED status for battery, mini jack audio input. It can receive audio from a mic and line level devices. Reset button. You can use a pin to push in case you want to reset the camera. Here you'll find a USB-C that serves a couple of purposes. And there's a micro SD card slot, because this camera can also record internally. On and off button. Overall, it's a slick design, as I said, quite easy to handle. It places well on tripods. I'm going to use something very, very nice and easy to use. This is an Ulanzi tripod that I bought last year. What's the use of the camera? Mainly the camera is obviously a streaming camera. It's advertised like that. It's also advertised like a wireless camera. Why? Because it has a Wi-Fi built in order to be connected directly to the app using a phone that can be an Android phone or an iPhone, like in my case. But also it can be connected to an existing Wi-Fi. So their purpose for this camera is to have an ecosystem, because the app is not only meant to like image settings, recording settings, streaming settings, but also to be used together with other similar cameras. It can be this model or the other model they produce, in order to have a quick and easy setup to stream a multi-camera event with using these cameras wirelessly inside the studio. Now, as some of you may know, I'm not a big fan of wireless cameras, especially if they're connected directly to a Wi-Fi, all connected to a Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fis are not entirely reliable, especially if you operate them not in a closed and safe environment like the one I have here, but outside, when a lot of things may happen. in terms of range problems and interferences problems, because Wi-Fi's work normally on 2.4 gigahertz, some of them on 5 gigahertz, but these are free frequencies, meaning that everybody can use them. If that range of frequencies is occupied, or there are a lot of other Wi-Fi's or devices that operate in the same range, it can be very difficult to have a reliable connection. So I will connect this camera to my system. It's a vMix system that I'm using to record this video and other videos on my channel, because this is a quite safe environment. I strongly suggest to use this camera with a wired connection. How to do that? I asked in the first place NearStream to provide me with a USB-C to Ethernet adapter, because I also asked them if this camera could be powered via PoE, power over Ethernet, and they confirmed you can actually power the camera like that. So I asked them to send me a USB-C to Ethernet adapter that could accept also PoE. For some reason, the cable didn't get through, but I managed to use this camera using the HubSpot tail air USB-C to Ethernet adapter, and I can confirm that the camera can be powered via PoE. And in that case, you not only have a strong and reliable connection, but also you can power the camera from a distance. So this can help you understand how this camera can be used in a lot of different scenarios. As you could see, there's one thing missing, more than others, in my opinion: the HDMI output. I wouldn't ask a camera like that to have SDI. It's too cheap to do that. It's only $399, which is an excellent price and very nice price for what it does. But the HDMI is missing. So for those who are thinking to use this camera with, for example, video switchers like the most common ones like video 8 and Mini or other Roland mixer, for example, a direct connection is impossible for the camera. The camera can be operated as a standalone device, so you can stream directly from this camera to one destination, RTMP destination. It can be YouTube, it can be Facebook, Twitch, or other similar platforms. It can also be used on private platforms. For example, if you have an RTMP server connected to your internet site, you can use it, because you can definitely set up a live stream that can go directly on your server. So it can serve a lot of purposes. It can be, as I said, used in a multi-camera scenario with other cameras. From what I know, is up to 3 cameras right now to do it, let's say, safely, because you can switch from one camera to the other. You can do picture-in-picture, side-by-side, and stuff like that. So think it as a small and very simple but quite powerful mini, let's say, OBS scenario without the OBS, without a computer, but just used with a tablet or with a smartphone. This tells you how this camera can be operated and what its the main purpose. Obviously, there are other ways of operating the camera. 2 of them are very good in my personal scenarios, and I believe in a lot of people's scenarios, because this camera through the USB-C connection can also be connected, for example, to a computer, or recently with the last iPad OS updates, you can directly connect it to for example, to an iPad to be used as an external webcam. In fact, there's a wired webcam mode, and this camera works perfectly with vMix. I already tested it. But today I'm going to use this camera wirelessly using NDI, because one of the great things about the camera is that at that low price it has built-in NDI. I will add this camera to directly to my vMix, and I'll show you how it works. So what you need to do is to check first that the iPhone or the Android phone you're using after downloading the app, which is free of course, is on the same network. I already see the camera. I do connecting, and I press done. I see the preview. By the way, I thank NearStream for sending this over because it's an interesting device, and it can help you create your personal live stream without having to carry with you a lot of gear. Maybe you can connect some audio directly to the device, and you're good to go mainly. Let's jump back in the app. I go to image adjustment. As you can see, the auto exposure was turned off. I put it on, and yeah, as you could see, the camera adjusted immediately, and it takes a second, but I think it works okay. If I want to have a proper exposure, I can lower the exposure settings. Now it's on 52. It's too much. Let's see if maybe in it's around 60 or something. Let me put the camera on full screen, and right now you see the camera as it is. I consider this as a very good image quality. I have good lighting here. The camera I was using before, they are 1-inch sensor Sony cameras, so they're pretty good. But you can see that this camera is doing a good job. It's, I would say, much more than usable. I could definitely use this camera to produce a show. You can have autofocus or manual focus. The autofocus is quite responding, I have to say, so they did a good job. I'm using manual exposure, but as you could see, I can also have auto exposure, auto white balance as well, which is now set on manual, actually. HDR as well, nice touch from NearStream, and I can definitely set some parameters here like brightness, contrast, saturation, hue, and I can also mirror and flip the image. This camera can also be used for a vertical stream, not only a horizontal one. Here you have adjustments and filters. If you go to filters, you see that you can apply some filters. You have a linear, stage, high contrast, even a black and white one. It takes a few seconds. You see, the image quality in black and white is quite fascinating, even if I wouldn't use this camera to do that, but you'll find the option. Also, from here, use the zooming capabilities. As I said at the beginning, this camera has a 10x optical zoom. As you can see, it's really zoomed in on me, but it keeps the focus. When it goes back, the focus is not as steady as it was, but it goes back immediately on focus. The focusing is not as smooth as you could probably see on a PTZ camera. So be aware of that before using the camera in a live environment. So what I would do is, if you're using multiple cameras, zoom in or out before you bring the camera live. Let's go back to the app. You can enter, for example, the audio settings using the built-in mic array. You can use this in general mode or in speech mode. If you use it in general mode, the audio is, let's say, good quality, acceptable quality. It's a general purpose audio. In speech mode, it concentrates more on the speech, and if it's in a very noisy environment, this can be also something that you don't want to use because a sort of noise cancelling is applied, so it's not really the best way of using the camera. From what you see here, you can use the 3.5 millimeters line in. They can also, I found out, be set as a mic input. Also, the USB in the back can be used for audio equipment, but I was not capable of understanding how, so probably NearStream should actually tell me how to use it, or maybe if there's a specific way. It says that to use an external USB-C audio device, please disable wired webcam mode in the device settings. I did that multiple times, but it didn't work. So I'm not sure if I am connecting something that is not compatible with the camera, or maybe this feature is not working properly. I go back on the app just to show you that here at the bottom you see this orange thing that is already highlighted, and if I press on plus, I can add other cameras, or I can create a multi-view. If I have multiple sources, I can create some multi-view. I have some options here: 2 views, 3 views, side by side, 4 views, so I can start from here and build a multi-view. It's not possible for now to have one created by the user, so a custom multi-view. I can add graphics. I can add a full screen overlay, add text on it, add a full color, and add text on. I can create lower third and place them in different part of the image. Right now it's not possible to actually customize this. You can put it either right or left. I can, as I said here, you can put it left or right, bottom or top. I can change the color opacity, the background color, and etc. I can have an over-the-shoulder kind of layer here. I can choose my direction, the alignment, the background color, and almost the same thing as before. Let's go back, and I can also have a corner bug that I can import from my phone. It's quite nice, quite easy to do. It is, as I said, works also with tablets, with iPad. Let's go back, and then finally I can get to audio, because I can also put some background music and choose from a music library that they offer, and NearStream offers, something that obviously is copyright free, and also organize a playlist. This is a nice touch for the app. The app is quite easy to use, as you could see, but it's quite basic. This is the audio. You can also decide to mute the system audio, so the camera, when it is live, doesn't give you that audio, because maybe you have decided to use another source. So quite a few options, not a lot, but just to tell you how many things you can do with this app. One other use that you have with the app is obviously to go live or to record. To go live, I already set some destinations. In this case, obviously my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. So after you choose one destination, you have the option to decide the output, the streaming resolution, and also it changes also the bit rate. So it's easy to decide how much you can push according also to your internet connection. And then from here you can start streaming. I remind you that unless you choose and set up an RTMP destination that is, for example, at restream.io, so a restreaming service, you can stream directly from the camera only on one platform at a time. Let's go back and then go back again to the record section. You can have a local backup. Also, as I can record on my phone, I can also choose the settings. I can choose to record in H.264 or H.265 in 720 at 10 megabits, for example. And record it's going to be recorded directly on my phone. Obviously I don't have an SD card right now. Over here it tells me how long I can record according to the SD card that I have inserted. I go done. Here I have a gear icon. I can choose what kind of transition I use from one camera to the other. I'm sorry I cannot show you this, but NearStream decided to send me just one camera, and not complaining, of course, just to be specific about that. The camera input quality, a change in the setting will cause all cameras to reconnect. And I can also enable HEVC. It can give you good quality, consuming less bandwidth. You can also setting on the video source latency, but of course you have to bear in mind that the low latency, as it says here, is optimal for very high reliability Wi-Fi networks, or if your cameras are connected over Ethernet. So this is hands down the best scenario. This is a device, but with the device it comes also the system. It's an ecosystem that they wanted to create. Not the first time that we see something like that. The Mevo cameras by Logitech were created with the same purpose. Overall, that system is more advanced than this one. But I believe that the camera presents a few features that are especially if you can, think at the price, are very interesting. This can be operated without power, because something that I didn't mention is that you have a built-in battery. They say it should last about 8 hours. I can confirm that it lasts at least 6 hours. This helps you locate the camera basically anywhere. Even if you don't have power over Ethernet, you can rely on the battery that is built in the camera. You have NDI, so you can connect the camera like I'm doing now to my system, and also as a webcam with USB-C. So what I'm doing today is to record this video with vMix. I was able to connect the camera to vMix with NDI. I was able to connect it. I tested the USB-C connection as webcam in wired webcam mode, and it worked perfectly. I can assure that in USB-C wired webcam mode, video quality is more than adequate to produce a very good show. I could use this with my YoloBox Pro. Let's test it immediately. So I booted my YoloBox Pro. I want to see if I can use this camera in wired webcam mode directly on the YoloBox Pro. Let's see if it works. I used the one on top. The camera was recognized by the YoloBox. I have it as a USB, so I can connect and use the camera with the YoloBox, for example, using the USB-C option, or using also the NDI one. So this gives me for example, on the YoloBox Ultra, I can have up to 3 cameras of the same sort. So it can be an option, for example, for the YOLObox Ultra user that wanted a small but powerful camera with a bit of zoom that can be operated also on a battery power. It can also give some recording capabilities, so you can have also ISOs, for example. Before going to the conclusions, one other, say, scenario that I can think of about using this camera is the standalone mode. You have a smartphone with an app. You have this camera, just to set a quick setup in order to have a YouTube show, a Facebook streaming, or whatever. Very, very simple to set up. You hook up, for example, a microphone directly in the back, and you can see the preview from your phone. You can put some layers on. You can put some overlays, for example, your name, lower thirds, and basically you're good to go. So you create your playlist to be played during the show. You can put a logo. You can bring a full screen picture for the beginning and the other one for the end of the stream. So as you can see, it's not super powerful, but very easy to use setup for those who need a streaming device that maybe is already a camera. So in order to have something that you can carry around without the hustle of computers, tablets, streaming devices like external switches and stuff like that. The fact that you don't have HDMI must be taken into consideration. There's no way I can suggest this to for example, an 18 mini user, because converting the USB-C video output of the camera to HDMI will not only be expensive but also not really suggestible by me. So this camera is to be used by itself with a device that can accept USB-C video or NDI video, which is, for example, in my case, it's perfect. It delivers good quality. Also outside, the quality is pretty decent. Don't expect low light capabilities. The sensor is 1/2.8, so it's not the massive sensor that you use on a DSLR, for example. As I said, the autofocus is working quite nicely, I would say. I wouldn't suggest using the camera for very fast sports action if you need to use this camera only. But I would definitely place the camera in a fixed position with a little bit of zoom in for some specific shots. And in that case, 2 or 3 of these cameras can be really nice to be brought around, be placed anywhere in the vicinity, maybe through connected via an Ethernet cable, 20 meters, 30 meters from the main unit, and work with them. Why not? I strongly believe that $399 is a fair price. If I was asked to, suggest this camera to somebody, I would not say it's for everybody, but for some people it can be very, very good value. Lastly, I would like to make a request to NearStream, as I already asked them. What I would like to have is an IP user interface. So I already checked, and the camera has its IP address, of course, because whenever you connect to the internet, you need to have an IP address. So I would like to be able to connect to the camera and to the settings from my computer, for example, using my browser, typing the IP address on the camera. So a web interface would be great. But what I would like to have more than that I would like to control zoom, for example, using VISC protocol. It's possible to use this camera with vMix and control it via vMix. That's my last request. So the first one is IP web interface. Second one, VISC control over the camera. I believe this can open a lot of possibilities because, for example, here I have a VISC controller that I'm using to control my PTZ camera. So thanks again to NearStream. Thanks again to you for following this video. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. And see you soon with a new streaming devices video. Talk to you soon.